Hi everybody, this is Dr. Jones, and I was going to just make you, I say quick, but that doesn't always happen, a quick screencast-o-matic to give you a little tour of our Google site. I'm using, like I said, a screencast-o-matic, and I went ahead and put myself in the corner. I am using a laptop as my web tool or web basically capture with a small camera inside of it. However, I have two large screens to my right where I actually work. So as we go through this tour, you're actually probably going to see the side of my face as I talk to you and kind of give you a small tour with regard to navigating this site. As well, I gave you some notes in this email to kind of help you. So if you'll watch this small video, I'll give you a quick tour. So within this site, what you're going to see is a small introduction. And so that information is here. If you would please read that, it gives you a few things with regard to how the classes run and a few of the little tips and tricks with regard to due dates and times, etc. I have had said on my email to you, what's really important to me is if you could submit your work on Sunday, Monday night. I know a lot of you try to get your work done over the weekend because it's a time in which you have big blocks of time to get work done, sometimes evenings, whatever. A lot of the times I tell people that I want to see you involved in discussion boards, and when I don't see you involved in discussion boards and posting 2 and 3 weeks after the majority of people have, that's actually a little bit disappointing. To me, the content of what you're posting is just as important as the discussion that you're having with other people. And so if you see other people are posting module 5 or 6 and you're still back on module 3 and 4, it's time to kick it in gear and stay up with the majority of the class. There'll always be 1 or 2 outliers that has to get this class done for some reason. But you'll see people progress and do about 2 modules a week. And as they post, most important thing is not only posting your information and the good resources and materials you found as far as your opinion and insights, but it's also having a discussion with other people. And I know the number one question I'll get is, do I get points for that? And yes, those points are embedded in the 50 points you receive for every discussion, and it's pertinent that you're actually having a discussion with other people. So as we start to progress around this site, the first thing I would tip you off to is at the top in the toolbar, you're going to get a background in what the class is. The next thing is the syllabus. The syllabus also has, like I say, I'm going to look over at my screen while I page through this. The syllabus has an embedded syllabus as well as you can link to it or just get a printable version if you like to have a hard copy. The one thing I would also point out is go down into the syllabus around page 4, you're going to see this yellow highlighted area. That outlines every course module. Okay, so module 1 is that intro video. Module 2 is discussion with regard to global media and its effects on culture, privacy, etc. This will give you more information than the Google Calendar. So as I say in my email, the Google Calendar is a nice little guide that tells you what the module is about, but it definitely does not have the description of the assignment in its entirety. So it would always go back to this syllabus as far as a link or a guide to get you back there and kind of help you out. When I say assignments and modules, they're interchangeable. It does tell you a little bit about what I want you to do. Again, I tell you before you complete any module or assignment, make sure you go to the syllabus, and this will automatically link you to the syllabus so you can see what's going on for that discussion or content area. I do tell you that if you can post, Sundays or Mondays are best, but if something comes up, please let me know. I say down in here, life happens. I'm flexible with you until you aren't posting what you need to post. Another thing that people are really unfamiliar with are the ISTE standards, which are basically the International Technology Education Standards, and they have them for students, for administrators, for coaches. When they say coaches, they mean like tech coaches, not like athletic coaches. And so I'd like you to try to follow the ISTE standards and embed those into the works that you're doing and the replies that you have for discussions and projects for this class. So again, here is a look at the Google Calendar, and notice it says the intro video is due by Sunday, January 22nd. I think I told you if you could do it by Monday the 23rd, I'm completely fine with that. Again, this is a guide to kind of help you move through. If this helps you, great. If you want to post on Sundays and Thursdays, great. If you wait to post until all on Sunday or Saturdays and Sundays, I'm good with it as long as you keep up with the discussions you're having with your classmates. That's what's most important to me. So there is your embedded Google Calendar. The standards are here for Ph.D. So if you're unsure what Ph.D is, I would do a little bit of navigating this first week. Remember, this first week is really just me spoon feeding you some information, like here's an email. Okay, now join the community. Now here's the site with the syllabus, and I found out that this spoon feeding of information creates a lot less questions later because you tend to slow down and read things along the way. So again, do some investigation over this next week. After you load your video, the one thing you should do is start looking at what are Ph.D standards, what do they look like for teachers, administrators, students, coaches, etc. They're all right here. I would prefer that you use the standards for coaches because as a person who's going to be an instructional tech coordinator or somebody that's embedding technology into your classes, the coaches is what we're looking for. If you want to use the teachers, that's completely fine. Just make sure you tell me you're using Ph.D-T because that means teachers, or Ph.D-S for students, okay? And then it shows you exactly here how would you cite an Ph.D standard when you're going to be talking about it with regard to all of your postings. And you just have to list the standard. You don't have to list out actually what the standard states, just the actual standard number letter and number. This gives you a little bit of information on our social media policy. Again, we are using a private Google community, but I would ask that you treated each other with respect and the same respect that you would like, that this site purpose is just for our class purpose and shouldn't be shared with anybody, but I control all that, so it doesn't really matter. But again, make sure you're following copyright laws. If there's anything you create in this class or share with this class that is not yours, i.e. a picture, an article, any piece of research, make sure you're citing it using APA styling, because if you didn't create it, it's not yours, so therefore it's violating copyright. Be accurate, be respectful, etc. It's all listed there in our social media policy. There may be a few things, especially if this is your first class and you're coming back, that you don't know how to do. So here's a few tutorials on Chrome, using Google+, using maps, different apps and games. Another thing is how do you create YouTube channel. I actually have a embedded tutorial when it comes time to use YouTube in the syllabus that'll teach you how to create your own YouTube channel. Some things that kind of come up as we start using this site is people will say, well, you want me to create a YouTube channel and now I'm putting stuff out on YouTube. As I've said before, and I'll say it again, I create videos every day. They go out on YouTube, and I'm fairly certain that nobody's out looking for my videos because I see the number of views are, and there's not even enough views for my students. So I know that nobody else is out there looking at them. So I think you're pretty safe. I think there's like 3.1 million videos uploaded to YouTube daily, and I'm fairly certain they're not out looking for ours. So I think you're safe. If for some reason you're uncomfortable for that, contact me and we can make alternative arrangements. But YouTube works really well with Google, and they're kind of have a little bit of a relationship there. And it's the minute you log into YouTube and you actually go up in the top right hand corner and hit login, if you're into your Ph.D email, it automatically logs you into YouTube. There's kind of a nice little agreement there between the two companies. Over on the left hand side here under course and instructors, you'll see my name. And there should be a small introduction about myself if you want to read more. Looks like I have a little bit of an editing error here. It's hard to say how it loaded on this screen when I constructed it, but I'll go correct that. And then lastly, this is a link to your community, and you can get straight to the community and post from right here. There's some extra things. There's the academic calendar, which is really nice. Not that I want you dropping the class, but if you need to know when classes, the last day you can drop is, this is right here. If you need to know when you enroll, all of this information is here. If you need to know when is spring break, all of that information is here, right, contained inside the academic calendar. So this is kind of important as you go through your coursework. Here's a description of programs and courses through the master's program at Fort Hays. If you need to access Forsyth Library, there's tons of ebooks and articles and online databases that are free for you to use with your Fort Hays login. More information on the grad school if you would like that. Information on the Kelly Center, the graduate school, it's all right here, and there's tons of stuff that you can access and that can help you. So I am here to support you. There's lots of information in this Google site. So if you have questions, let me know, and I will leave you with that. And have a great day. And again, I use Screencast-O-Matic to create this, and I like this when I'm actually showing people how to create or where to access or something like that. A quick tutorial when I need the screen behind me and make it usable for you and for me. So anyway, have a great day, and I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. Take care. Bye.